It's nice.
Okay, go.
Oh, not so close. Not so close. I didn't really shave that close today. I don't want you to catch that. Even though I'm so sexy, even with the 5 o'clock shadow, I'm sexier than most women out there. Delicious Kim Kardashian, eat your fat ass out. This is what a star looks like. This is what a star looks like. And that's exactly what Bill Cosby said to me when I was 7 years old, when I was on the set of The Cosby Show. Many people don't know this, but my mother forced me into child labor, and I was working on the set of The Cosby Show. I was the dresser. I would pick up Felicia Rashad's sweaters, and because she was very demanding, and she would throw her sweaters right in my face, and she'd put that on the rack and fold it, but I said, it's going on a hanger. I don't care. She said, fold it anyway. Do you know how hard it is to fold a sweater and put it on a hanger? Felicia didn't care because she was a big star. So there I was one day folding a sweater and putting on a hanger when I felt this warm breath behind my head, and I smelled Jell-O in the air. I smelled the smell. I was a Jell-O and a warm breath. And then all of a sudden I turned around, and there was Mr. Cosby. And he said, would you like to lick my pudding stick? Well, I was just a young girl, and there was this powerful black man standing in front of this attractive white woman, and I had Felicia Rashad's sweater in my hand, and he told me, Hedda, put Felicia's sweater on. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, put Felicia's sweater on and take your panties off. And I said, I didn't know that's how you wore a sweater. I've been getting it wrong all these years. So I, being the good worker I thought he was doing, I put the sweater on, I took my panties off, he handed me a pair of kitten heels, and he said, do a little dance with me. And this is the very dance I did for him. And then he told me to stop 2 seconds into it. And I guess he didn't like my dance. And then he put his hand on my shoulder. And then he put his other hand on my shoulder. And then he put his other hand, he had 3 hands it seemed. And his other hand, I don't know where that hand came from, wrapped around my waist. And he pulled me closer. And I realized I smelled Jell-O and pudding on his breath. And he said, I can't repeat what he said because I was just a girl. But I think it was something to the effect of, can I fuck you through the sweater? And he wanted to fuck me right through Felicia's sweater. He said it wasn't sex if it was through a sweater. And I was only 7 years old, so I didn't know the thing. So the next thing I know, I'm being, pull up here, that's an awkward spot on my body. I'm being fucked through a sweater. Again and again, and I was surprised. It wasn't even a good sweater. It looked good, but it was actually poly. It was acrylic mixed with a little bit of wool. So I chafed so terribly. So when I went home to my mama's house after that, and I took off my clothes, she said, what happened to your coochie, girl? It's all chafed. And I said, Mr. Cosby fucked me for Felicia's sweater. And she said, don't you ever say that story. Mr. Cosby's playing our bills right now. You keep that story hidden until someone else comes out and talks about it. And that's why 7 years later, 14, I came out and told the story. I'm not asking for money. I'm just asking for the sweater that he fucked me through as a momentum of my time on The Cosby Show. And that's all I really have to say. But Mr. Cosby, if you're out there listening, what you did to me wasn't really nice. It was just terrible. I was a young girl, impressionable, and you made me into a cheap whore, which I've been doing for ever since. I've been making money. Well, I didn't even want to get into it. You made me feel like a cheap whore, and you damaged me terribly. That's what I'm going to say in court, and I'm going to cry. I can't really cry because too much Botox, but I'll throw water in my face. You made me into a cheap whore. Now I want $5 million. That's what I'm going to ask. All right, I have to go now. And remember, if you see something, don't say something. Mind your own goddamn business. Unless it's Mr. Cosby fucking you through Felicia Rashad's sweater. Then I say get on the horn quickly, take a selfie, and make some dough. Cha-ching!